Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning. I bid to our lecturer, Dr. Farah Murni American. So today, we are from Group 3, from AM 2361A. Would like to present our group assignment, which is about non-profit organizations. We choose World Wildlife Fund, Malaysia.
I am Muhammad Hakimi as a project manager, and I will be guiding us through the start of this presentation. On the first slide, you can see the foundational detail of this remarkable institution. WWF was established on 30 January 1972 and it began as a small organization and now has grown to 200 employees. The mission of this organization, which drives all of its effort, is to stop the degradation of the national environment and to build a future which live in harmony and peace. Now, let's move to our current situation and focus clearly on the three primary challenges that WWF is currently facing, which are critical to address for our future success. The first major obstacle we are seeing is declining trend in individual donation. Individual donors are the lifeblood of our grassroots effort and unrestricted funding. Over the last 2 quarters, we observed a 12% in the number of small, recurring contributions. This is not just about money, it represents a decrease in public engagement and commitment to our cause. We need to analyze why our general public outreach is not converting into sustainable financial support as it once did. Secondly, we are continuing with a noticeable decrease in corporate with institutional sponsorship. The largest partnerships are vital for funding our expensive long-term conservation projects such as our Amazon Protective Initiative. The organisation now faces a significant obstacle due to heightened reputational risk. The well-publicized human rights allegations concerning WWF supporting anti-poaching unit have made the brand a high-risk associate. Consequently, corporate donors are becoming increasingly risk-averse and are withdrawing support, viewing associate with the WWF as a potential liability rather than a market advantage. Finally, and equally important, is the challenge of volunteer recruitment and retention. Our volunteers are the backbone of our local event, fieldworks, and advocacy campaign. We are rely on their passion and dedication to extend our reach. We are seeing a struggle, particularly with engaging younger demographic, in committing to regular long-term volunteer roles. We must find a better way to simplify the sign-up process, offer more flexible opportunity, and clearly articulate the rewarding impact of their time. So, there are 3 main challenges that WWF currently facing nowadays. I will pass to the next presenter to continue. Thank you.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ahmad Hakim bin Ramli. I'm as a board of trustees. I would like to say thank you to our project manager, Kimi. So I will continue our presentations. I will talk about decision makings. First of all, WWF is an organization that stands as a global leader in conservation and sustainability. Today, I'll be speaking about how applying management principles is not just important, but essential to achieving our missions. Management principles help us stay focused, organized, and impactful. They guide how we plan our project, allocate resources, and make decisions that affect both people and the planet. So we are moving to the next slides. Why it's important? Let's look at why this principle matters. First, they increase efficiency and productivity. This efficiency and productivity in conservation work, time and resources are precious. Clear planning and delegation help us do more with less. Second, they improve decision making, whether we are launching a new marine protection initiative or responding to a wildlife emergency. Such decision making ensure we act swiftly and wisely. Third, they support organizational growth and goal achievement. WWF Malaysia's goal from forest restoration and community engagement require coordinated efforts across team and region. So we are moving to the next slide, which is decision making in WWF Malaysia. Now let's talk about decision making specifically within WWF Malaysia. Our decisions are guided by 3 key principles. Number 1 is process of selecting. Number 2 is achieve goal. And last but not least is solve problem. Process of selecting, we evaluate option based on scientific data, stakeholder input, and long-term impact. The achieve goal, every decision must align with our conservation goal, whether it's protecting endangered species or promoting sustainable livelihoods. And the last, solve problems, we tackle complex environmental challenge, and our decision must be solutions-oriented, adaptive, and inclusive. WWF's Panda logo remind us that every choice we make should reflect care, strength, and global responsibility. That's all from me. Thank you.
I'm Muhammad Muklis Iskandar bin Abdul Hafiz. I'm Director of Operation. So I'm going to present current decision-making problems. So first one is insufficient funding. Currently, the organization struggles with limited financial resources. This forces leaders to make difficult choices and sometimes prioritize short-term needs over long-term conservation goals. For example, lack of monitoring and enforcement. For the second one is poor communication. Poor communication, another challenge is miscommunication among staff, management, and volunteers. This can result in confusion, delays, or conflicting decisions. For example, ranger safety and equipment problems. For the next slide is rational decision-making model. For the first one is identify the problem. We start by defining the issue clearly. In this case, funding and communication challenges. Second, gather information. Collect data, reports, and stakeholder input to understand root causes. Third, generate possible alternatives. Brainstorm multiple solutions without judging them yet. Number 4, evaluate alternatives. Assess pros, cons, cost, impact, and feasibility. Number 5, choose the best alternative. Select the solution that best addresses the problem and aligns with the mission. Number 6, implement the decision. Put the plan into action, assign responsibilities, and deploy resources. Number 7, evaluate the results. Review the outcome to see if the solution works and adjust if needed. So why I'm choosing the rational decision making model and it's suitable for these problems because it gives a clear step-by-step process, so decisions are more organized. It uses facts and information, not emotions, making decision more accurate. It helps compare different options before choosing the best one. It reduces mistakes because everything is carefully evaluated. It fixes complex problems like funding issues and communication problems. It helps the organization make decisions that match its goals. So that's 6 why I'm choosing the rational decision making model. Thank you. Slide next, definition of leadership. Guiding and inspiring others. Leadership means guiding and motivating volunteers and staff to achieve the organization mission. Leaders are role models. A strong leader sets a positive example. Their behavior influences team morale, communication, and decision-making quality. Effective leadership ensures decisions are made clearly, communicated well, and implemented successfully. Thank you.
My name is Daniel Safwan as Executive Director. In the first slide, I will talk about some common leadership issues in an organization. The first issue is lack of team coordination and communication. When the team members do not communicate well, it can cause a misunderstanding and make it harder to complete a task effectively. Next, leaders also face a problem like maintaining commitment to long-term goals. Sometimes staff or volunteers may lose their motivation, especially when progress feels slow. Another issue is difficulty motivating volunteers. Especially in non-profit organizations, there are no salary and finance incentive, so the leader should find another way to inspire and appreciate the volunteer. And the last one is challenge in balancing the organization mission with the limited resources. So the leader should know how to manage fund, manpower, and time carefully to ensure the organization can still achieve its goal despite this limitation. For this slide, I will talk about the recommended leadership style, which is transformational leadership approach. This leadership style is focusing on inspiring and motivating members through a clear mission and strong passion. Transformational leader encourage creativity and teamwork, which is allowing members to share their ideas and make them feel more involved in achieving the organization goal. They also build trust and emotional connection with their team, which help create a positive and supportive working environment. This approach is suitable for non-profit organizations because it is driven by value, vision, and volunteers' motivation. Since the volunteers do not work for money, they need a leader who can inspire them through a purpose and emotional encouragement rather than financial rewards. Next, I will be talking about a real-world case study, which is Mercy Malaysia. This organization is a great example of how the transformational leadership is applied in the real world. Under the leadership of Dr. Jamilah Mahmud, she used the transformational leadership to unite medical volunteers under a shared vision of serving humanity. She empowered volunteers to make decisions in the field and encourage innovation during crisis response, which is help the team to act quickly and effectively during crisis situation. Besides that, she also promote collaboration with international NGO to create a bigger impact and reach more people in need. Now we will look at the impact of effective leadership in Mercy Malaysia. First, it has boosted volunteer motivation and retention. This means more volunteers stay committed to their mission. Next, it improves coordination and communication, which is helping the team to work smoothly during crisis situation. It also builds a strong stronger relationship among communities. It will be like creating trust and cooperation between volunteer and the people that they serve. Besides that, effective leadership also ensure long-term growth and sustainability. And the last one, increase engagement and public trust. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rizky Daniel Rosli. As a Director of Finance for this group assignment, next I'm going to talk about WWF management trends and issues. Management trend is a new and evolving approach that organizations adopt to improve efficiency, adaptability, and sustainability in changing global environments. And their significance is to help environment to remain effective in achieving their mission of environmental conservation. Next is key trends affecting organizations. The first one is digital transformations. WWF is using more technology to help with conservation work. Today, digital tools make it easier to monitor animals, protect forests, and collect digital information. For example, WWF use drones to watch endangered animals from above without disturbing them, and they also use GIS mapping to see where habitats are located and data analytics to study changes in environment. And the second one is fundraising and resource management. WWF is moving from traditional donation methods to online and digital fundraising. This helps them reach more donors and collect funds faster. They also focus on impact investing, where money is invested in projects that help the environment and also give long-term benefits. For example, WWF use online donation system to clearly track how every donation is used, and making it more transparent and trustworthy for supporters. We move on to challenges and risks in WWF. The first one is data security and privacy. WWF works with a lot of sensitive information, so they must make sure this information is protected from the hackers. This includes donor details such as names and payment information, which must stay private. WWF also collect animal tracking data, like the location of endangered species. This information is very sensitive because if the wrong people get access, it can put the animals in danger. For example, if hackers or poachers manage to access the GPS locations of the tigers or elephants, it's become easier for them to hunt or capture the animals. This is why protecting digital data is very important for WWF. And the second one is funding limitations. WWF depends on donations, sponsorship, and grants to run their conservation programs. However, they do not always receive enough money, especially when the economy is low or when the public donations drop. This affects their ability to continue important work like protecting habitats and running awareness campaign or paying field staff. For example, a project to plant trees in damaged forests may be delayed or reduced because there is not enough money to buy seedling or pay the workers. Another example is when the wildlife protection patrol have to be cut down due to limited funds. And the last one is to practice to integrate technology and innovations. The first one is to develop digital skills. WWF needs to make sure their staff and volunteers understand how to use modern technology. This includes learning how to use data apps, online platform, and digital tools to collect information and communicate more effectively. For example, their staff are trained to use mobile apps to upload photos of animals, record forest conditions, or report illegal activities immediately. The second one is to collaborate with tech partners. WWF needs to work together with technology companies to improve their conservation projects. This company can provide advanced tools that WWF cannot build on their own. For example, WWF can use drones from tech partners to watch over forests, check for illegal hunting, and track animal movement from above without disturbing the animals. And the last one is to promote green innovations. WWF encourage the use of environmentally friendly technology in their projects. This helps reduce pollution and support long-term sustainability. For example, WWF can install solar-powered sensors in protected areas to detect animal movement or alert rangers when poachers are nearby. That's all from me. Thank you.
To conclude this presentation, WWF was founded to stop environmental damage. It faced challenges like fewer donation, less sponsorship, and low volunteer numbers. Good management help improve efficiently and achieve goals. Decision making is important, especially with a limited fund and communication issues. Thank you.